Hello, my name is Jack and I am one of the teachers here at Zoloterra. And today, in our short lesson, I would like to look at prefixes that we can use with adjectives to give them the opposite meaning, antonyms. Okay. There are 4 prefixes in English that we use. 3 are quite common, quite usual. 1 is not so usual. But the first and most important prefix in English is un. Okay? Take the word usual a bit. Un gives it the opposite meaning. We use this with 80-85% of all adjectives in English. This is a very important prefix. The others that we use, we have dis. So, honest, Chesney, okay? The opposite is dishonest. Typical, typiczny. We use a. The opposite here is atypical. This prefix is not used very much. Atypical, there are quite a few, but not many. An important thing to note, however, is that when a is used as a prefix like this, we always pronounce it a. Atypical. Not atypical or atypical, it's always atypical. The fourth and last is in. Now, in changes depending on which, the first letter of the adjective. For example, in is the basic prefix. And so a word like active, which is the same in Russian, becomes inactive. However, notice here, we have regular. We don't say irregular. If an adjective begins with the letter R, the prefix is I, spelled I-R, I. Not irregular, but irregular. Something similar happens with adjectives beginning with L, logical. The opposite is not illogical, it is illogical. Notice again, 2 L's. Illogical. And the last one, modest, skromny. It begins with M. We don't say in m, we say im. I am. The opposite of modest then is immodest. The reason why we use un, in, dis or a as prefixes, it depends on the language that the adjective came from. As you may know, many words in English come from Latin, from Greek, from German, from French. But you don't need to know which is which. You just need to learn in, dis, a and un, which can seem quite a difficult, long process. However, if ever you don't know, if ever you are not sure which prefix to use un. And the reason for this is simple. The prefix un, it works a lot like nie in Russian. Okay? If an English person hears un, he knows or she knows it is the opposite to the adjective that follows. For example, if you said unactive. Now, as I said, inactive is the correct opposite. However, if you said unactive, English people will understand you. If you say unhonest, the correct is dishonest, but if you say unhonest, again, an English person will understand you. However, With dis, with a, and with in, it's not the same. If you said, for example, dislogical, people might understand you, but unlogical, they would definitely understand. Okay? Dislogical, unlogical, I understand. Irregular. Now, again, irregular, they might understand you, but they probably won't. As I said, irregular is correct, but if you said unregular, again, people would understand you. So, to sum up, we have 4 adjective prefixes in English to make negatives. We have un, which is the most common. We also have in, which becomes ir before r, il before l, and im before m. We also have dis, and we also have a. Remember, this is always pronounced a long a sound. However, un is the most common, and if you don't know, always use un, because unactive and unhonest, you will be understood. Dislogical, irregular, you probably won't. That's a nice little shortcut which I hope will help you when you speak English with English people on your holidays. So thank you very much for your time, and I will see you soon.